Alright, so welcome back to another scenario of what if civilization started over, or Shrimpmap. That's what I call it here. And, since my name is Shrimpify, uh, Shrimp. Anyways, let's do a quick little recap. So, the last thing that we saw in the video was Iberia going after their two southern neighbors in what's modern day Andalusia, and eastern Andalusia is now the only Andalusia, while Portugal is completely surrounded by one nation. Moving up a little, we saw the complete demolishing of France. France attacked a nation right here that made this rebellion break away, and up here, this rebellion broke away when this rebellion broke away up here. So much chaos in France, but it's France. And, like, 3 months later, we saw the purple team invade a nation that was once here. And then I remembered this area over here, where we saw Mongolia attack this nation, wanting this nation to join the 3-point star economic alliance. But as you can see, that did not go well for Mongolia, as this tribe up here, they um they they just formed into a nation. I didn't show this in the last episode, but yeah, after they won the war and they got back all of their historical territories down here from centuries ago, they decided to tell these people that are up here, like, hey, we're gonna form a nation, so yeah. And then and then in the intermission, between episodes, we have a new layer, and it's the strongest tribes layer. And all of these areas across the map are tribes, but the smallest and weakest tribe in the world is this one in Europe, as it used to be massive. Let's just do it on this layer. It used to span this whole area. This is what Russia came from. It was massive. This was what it looked like. But now it's 3 pockets where it is legal to be part of this tribe. And some people don't know exist. And the biggest one is also the most secretive one, as no one knows about it, except some Red Team explorers. So, yeah. Anyways, enough of that. Let's jump straight into this video focused on the Americas. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to be seeing is the Chinese discovering Hawaii, which should have already happened, but yeah. Then they'll be exploring more of the waters and more of the Pacific coast of North America. As they explore the coast, just following the coastline, and they stop around here saying that it's getting too cold. Then they explore the coast of, like, the actual coastline, and they discover this tribe. Or at least they think they discover it, but the Swedish already have. As they become chill with this tribe, they trade, and this tribe becomes more known. And yeah, we just see India and China working together to explore the Rocky Mountains. But we see Copenhagen beginning to explore this area in Texas, as they explore this whole area, discovering a new tribe no one knew existed, and they discover all of this tribe's land. Oh, but we're going to be seeing the first colonizer tribal war, as Copenhagen, they lie in this area, as militant groups control this area, These tribes don't like that militant groups control this area. Because what they think of when they think of themselves, they think of them like this. But they're really this. But so they don't like that Copenhagen is sending forces into their territory, exploring their land that they knew existed for God knows how long. But they decide to launch an attack on these Copenhagen militant groups, claiming what's theirs. But Copenhagen is not going to be like, oh yeah, you can have it. No, they're going to fight for what they want. As Copenhagen launches a retaliatory attack with reinforcements coming from Europe. Since Copenhagen is way stronger than this tribe, the tribe quickly falls. And we're going to be seeing this area, and this tribe, being wiped off the map. Forever. That tribe will never come back. And Copenhagen is free to do whatever they want in this land. As they take the areas, as they gain all of Texas. And, they explore the waters around here. I forgot to do this. And they discover Bermuda, which becomes their, hub to, like, go from boom and bam. So, yeah. But they work together with China for the first time in history to explore the Rockies, which they do a surprisingly good job at, as they explore the entire Rockies. But, yeah, they don't really explore beyond that point. It's just them exploring this area. But China says it's about time, as they take over Hawaii, and they start their colonization. As they make a colony that looks something like this, but we see some controversy, and then we see the treaty of whatever this tribe will be called. You give it a name in your heads, as China says that they will not encroach on their land for 5 years if they just give up this land, and China will also help building, and they will help with the infrastructure of the area. This happens, China just takes over these islands, that's pretty much all the Chinese do, as they get a massive colony. It's surprising how big of a colony they get. But the red team expands their coastline, going all the way across South America, having one of the biggest colonies in the world. But it's Europe's time. As coming over to Europe, we'll be being over here for 2 events, and then we'll be seeing Europeans finally making the landings over here that we ended off with in the last episode, as we see this nation attacking this nation. What? What is happening? I don't know what just happened, and I don't want to know. As we see Finland making an attack on East Finland, wanting to meet up with this weird little area up here, and just wanting control over this lake. As they rapidly take the capital, and yeah, this poor lime Finnish team, they stood no chance. But if they just give over the land they want, then they should survive. And that's exactly what they do. They give over the land that Finland wants, and they somehow survive this war. but they are a lot weaker, and they do get annexed by this nation. But they survived for a couple days after the treaty, which is better than being instantly annexed. But coming down here, we're going to be seeing the Great Greek Unification, as these Greek nations unite, as Greece has never really been united, except that one weird era where the purple team had control over it for like one episode. But we see the capital being put right there, and they are a pretty surprisingly strong nation. And they sail across and they just attack this nation. No one in the North Mediterranean likes Carthage at all. Carthage mostly just likes these nations over here, and that's it. But speaking of these nations over here, we're going to be taking a look at Moroccan forces invading other Morocco, as this area has been the same since the end of World War I, which was only a couple episodes ago at this point. But, yeah. This red team somehow survives being right here, but Iberia's like, whoa, buddy, you slow down there. You lost a war. Even though we weren't part of that war, we don't want you expanding, because you were strong. And we don't like strong nations. Speaking of Iberia, they're gonna colonize. It's about time. But they take this island, and why aren't these islands controlled by Copenhagen? I swear they were. And, Portugal, you get this island. You get these two. You're welcome, Portugal. But Iberia, they're gonna be exploring, the waters, as they send multiple naval vessels over, and they make a landing in New York, as actually everyone explores this area. As they make landings in New York, as the world realizes that this area is North America is way bigger than we initially thought. And the Swedish meet up with the Chinese, which those are words that that should come out of no one's mouth. But yeah, we see these areas being explored. But you may be wondering, why am I not exploring the Midwest? It's because there's a massive nation under there. Yeah. As they've been here for a while, but yeah. As they get explored, and so does this entire area up here. As North America is now completely explored. As we're just going to explore the waters, just quick water exploration. As the Pacific is completely explored at this point, except the southern. No one likes the southern Pacific, I'm sorry. But yeah, North America is full of tribes and nations. But let's come to the purple team and Iberia, as we're going to be taking a look at their colonies. So the purple team is going to start a colony right here, following this river, and just trying to get the most of it before anyone else can. So that's why they get this weird little area. But we see Iberia making a landing right here and taking this area. As the world is really seeing one of the biggest races in history, as Iberia and the purple team both want control over this area, but no one knows who's gonna get control over it, as it's a mystery. But coming back down to here, we haven't seen India do anything in a while, and that's for a good reason, as they, I mean, I want to say for a good reason, but this is pretty much all they've done. It's just explore this land. And they discover this land. As they take all of Mexico, except the Yucatan, but they have a weird colony that is also like the real life Spanish one, but it's gonna be cut off. But we're gonna be seeing the first nation, the first real nation in the Americas, as this area right here is contested by 3 powers, and 3 strong ones at that. So, might as well form a nation here and give it a major city right here and put its capital right there, as that's the first real nation in the Americas. I mean, this one obviously is a real nation, it's just first nation that we saw. And you are no longer a tribe. You become a nation. And this tribe up here gets killed off by the Swedish. The Swedish, they did mass G-word on them. So, yeah. But this area down here, the Swedish like them. So, third nation in the Americas. But we're going to be doing a last event that is going to be kind of surprising, as we're going to be seeing a new alliance forming. And, it's going to be one in Europe. As let me copy this color, as we see a star alliance forming, with the gold team starting it. The gold team, the Caucasian team, this team, Greece, Italy, or Naples, whatever you want to call it, Andalusia, surprisingly. This pink team, this yellow team that has done nothing in its entire history, this team, which is also, again, surprising, and these 2 Australian ones. But wait, there's one more. This nation. Actually, this nation. And if you can tell, there's a kind of a trend going on here. It's countries that kind of surround the circle team. And, it's kind of weird. But wait! There's 2 more events. They're gonna be simultaneous, so yeah. But this Myanmar team, or like Myanmar Thailand team, they make an attack on Myanmar, as Myanmar was not expecting this, as Thailand isn't really the strongest nation, but neither are they. They're in kind of a neglected part of the series, as Southeast Asia is never really talked about. But trust me, in the next couple of episodes, this area over here is going to be talked about a lot, including down here, so keep your eyes open. But anyways, they make a push as they cut through here, and this encirclement down here, rapid is fights for a while, but it eventually collapses. Myanmar loses this city in return. They get slightly pushed back, but they lose their capital. But Myanmar loses their capital, as Thailand forces them to surrender. As we see a quick treaty Just boom, bam. As we see Bangladesh getting independence, Thailand gets this southern chunk of land and this northern chunk of land. So, sorry, Myanmar, but you're small now. And just know, if I get these names mixed up, I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm just speedrunning this. We're coming up here, we're gonna end off this video with a war. The second battle of Kamchatka. As the orange team launches on a massive attack on this greenish olive team, as these two continue to just throw hands, causing thousands of deaths. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, you should probably like and subscribe. I mean, if you watched this far, you'll probably enjoy my other videos as well, so go check them out. And, yeah, obviously, if you saw this far, again, go check out my other videos, and you should probably like and subscribe, you know? If you do make it this far, I'm overjoyed. And this series is really going to start getting better near the later parts, but 2 episodes before it ends, it's gonna, like, do one cool cinematic, and that's gonna be the only cinematic, but it's gonna be kind of like analog horror. So if you don't like that, there will be a warning at the start of the video, and I'm gonna start working on it tonight, so August 10th, 2026, as y'all should be seeing that by 2027. Anyways, I'm sorry for the yapping. World War II's coming up, and adios.